Section 3, Abundance. Chapter number 3, Budgeting for Abundance. In the previous chapter, you learned how to invest in yourself and your team. An important question to be asked is how come some people use their money very easily to spend on and invest in themselves and their team? There is a second category of people who ponder a while before investing and may or may not invest. A third category consists of people who never spend any money in this area. The third type of person find it very difficult to spend and pinches pennies. One of the main reason for this is what they never set aside and budget for these kind of expenses. Once we learn about budgeting, it becomes very easy to expend, invest or money in my any area. When we don't budget ourselves expenses, we feel the pinch. Every expense then appears to be an expense out of our earning or profit. When we plan a budget in advance, we have in way already declared that we are setting aside this much money for this particular purpose. Budgeting help us to plan in advance as to where and for what we want to spend. Many times we do set budgets for certain fixed expenses like electricity bill, phone bills, salary payment, etc. A few areas are often missed while budgeting. Some of the key areas which we forget and do not become aware of are discussed in the following paragraphs. R&D, research and development. This area is never given much importance, especially in small and medium enterprises. But this forms the base of growth. If we keep a certain percentage of our money towards this, that particular enterprise of our will start showing sign of tremendous growth very easily. Another area is HRM, human resource management. This area is often neglected in small and medium enterprises, but in higher and bigger organization setup they do have a well established HR department. However, most of the time, the main function of the HR department is to hire and fire the employees. They spend their time and energy in maintaining all their records, leave records, Diwali bonus, etc. They also have budget set aside to be spent on sharpening of personal skill, IQ, intelligence quotient. They keep aside a budget for spending on entertainment programs, movies, cricket matches, annual days, fun events, dinner parties, etc. This is practiced more to keep people happy than for any particular purpose. This is the normal set pattern adopted by companies to keep their employee happy. However, this is a very superficial way to go about it, and these take care of their happiness quotient only for few moments. The next day, the employee are backed once again, complaining and crushing their setup. This is how the world works. As a general rule, the world work more on superficial level and it never investigate and rework the roots. If we cu- have cough, we just pop in medicine pill and let the pain in the throat disappear. But we don't bother to go to the root of the problem in order to identify the source of pain and wipe it out. Similarly, here we don't budget the spend our money on the causes of the problem. The problem is not that the people are just entertained outside, but the problem is that people are not satisfied with life itself. rejuvenating their spirit in the correct way to keep them in real happiness. If we budget and spend on the third and the most important aspect, which is the spirit, then it would be just great. The third point is the third area as discussed in HR or human rejuvenation. The spirit of keeping them happy for no reason. Spend your money on real happiness question for the people that is his spirit. We know that happiness is within, but we have never been blessed with all the possible opportunities or know how to access that happiness directly. This is exactly where the main role of the HR department should lie in creating an atmosphere of love, silence, and happiness amongst the people through these programs. This is what happened in my life, Nina's companies, Baggett, where all the 500 people working with her experience this on daily ongoing basis. The factory is closed once in a 6 month when all of them go and experience togetherness twice in a year in residential retreat, meditating and playing in the lap of nature. As for the rest of the year, the executive keep going for the retreat every 3 months. All this is budgeted at the beginning of the year itself. This is beauty of budgeting. Once we budget the expenses, we have declared that we are going to set aside a particular amount for particular purpose. The company naturally will grow. However, budgeting for and the right areas is the extremely important, and the main area is human rejuvenation. The fourth point is enrichment or donation. Is the fourth area that we don't budget. Usually, it is not even taken into consideration while budgeting. I have been suggesting to the people generally and through the BI program to set aside at least 10% of their income for giving back to the society. We suggest that 5% should be given back to Leah, who is teaching them about abundance, and the 5% to their society, neighbors, friends, country, etc. Once you set this aside and declare yourself, yes, I am going to give back, then that is the starting point of abundance. You are giving back to your society. Naturally, the society and the people receiving it will bless you 100%. And this blessing is what takes your product, service, or organization to the next level of abundance. Thus, start a positive upward spiral. The more one share, the more one experience abundance, which again brings about more of sharing and more of abundance, thereby setting in motion this wonderful upward spiral. So, to start living in abundance, one of the step one must take is to start budgeting in these areas: the HR, R&D, and donation. You can use the following affirmation for the same: all my investment are budgeted well in advance. I welcome you into the world of abundance. To the process of budgeting. Budgeting in other word is planning well in advance. Everything in the world happens according to well laid out plan, and budgeting is one of the process in line with this principle. Budgeting is actually declaring in advance your wish and intention to spend for particular purpose. Budgeting is starting with the end in your mind. In other words, you are setting up a goal or vision about how you wish to spend your money. In advance, by investing in the happiness of your team and through donation to others, you are actually saying thank you in advance before spending your money. The vibrations sent out by you are very positive, so you get back exactly what you gave out. In the case of the above four areas, particularly, this is an very healthy and positive intention. So, while you are reading this article, take out your pen and start budgeting your fund, taking into consideration the above areas.